Hey, welcome back, high-level users. Today, we're going to show you exactly how to add contacts to an automation or a workflow. There's three ways we're going to review today. We're going to talk about how to do it manually one by one, how to use workflow triggers to be able to get people added in automatically, and then how to bulk add a whole bunch of people into the same workflow at the same time. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to add people one by one to an automation. So there are a couple of ways to do this, like manually one by one. So here's the first thing that we can do, okay? We've got this very, very simple automation. All this is going to do is add the tag, this was automatically added, okay? So if I wanted to one by one add people to this workflow, the very first thing you can do is just come here and say test workflow, and then I'm just going to choose a contact. I'm going to add Jesse Pinkman. Shout out Breaking Bad. Okay, run test. Now let's go back out, and then let's go take a look at Jesse, and let's see if that tag has been added. Look at that. This tag was automatically added. So now let's go over the other way to be able to add people in one by one. So that would be by going to a certain person. Let's say we're going to look at Saul, and I want to add Saul to that automation. So right here under the automation tabs, this will list all of the past automations that this contact has gone through. Right now it's 0 and active, and I can add him to a workflow. So this workflow, oh, you know what? The very first thing you have to do is go back, and I have to turn this one on. So I'm going to publish this workflow. And even though this workflow doesn't even have a trigger, I can add people to this workflow. So this workflow automation demo. So let's go back to contacts. And we're going to look at Saul. And now I'm going to hit add. And we're going to look for that one that we just turned on, workflow automation demo. We're going to do this right now. You could schedule it for later, but we're going to do it right now, and we're going to hit add. Now we're going to see some things pop up here in just a second. We're going to see that automation show up in the past, and then we're going to see the tag show up. In order to kind of help this along a little bit, I think I'm just going to refresh the page, and then we'll be able to see it. If it was like sending emails and stuff like that, we'd see the emails start going outbound right here. But yeah, now you can see past has gone through that, and the tag has been added automatically. So that's how you add people one by one to an automation or workflow. Now let's talk about how do we add people automatically, okay? So let's go and add, let's talk about a couple of different triggers. So there are so many different triggers that you can choose from. This is where you have to really decide for you, what is your customer journey like for whatever workflow or automation that you want to have happen. For example, a very common one is I want my contact to receive a text message right after they fill out a form. So you would come in here and you would say the trigger is going to be form submitted, right? And then you come in here and you say, okay, I want that form to be this demo form. So now whenever someone submits the demo form, it's going to add that contact. It's going to add the trigger, right? You can do all kinds of things in here, like adding tags, sending text messages, even customizations with webhooks and some Google Sheet stuff. You can come in here and do some internal things if you needed to, send data to ChatGPT, set an appointment or create stuff, create the opportunities in the sales pipelines, charge them something. You know, there are so many different things that you can do as part of your automation. Let's just make this easy for a demo, and we're going to say, okay, I want this automation to happen when the contact tag has been added, automation demo. So when I add the tag automation demo, it's going to kick off everything that I put in here. And right now, the only thing I have in here is simply adding a tag. This was automatically added. So now let's go do this. So let's go over here to contacts, and let's look at Gus now, okay? We're going to look at Gus, and let's look at the tags, and we're going to add the automation demo tag. By adding that automation demo tag, we are going to see that it's going to automatically add that other one. I think we probably need to refresh the screen just because it's a very simple automation. If it was sending out emails, we'd see those emails start to fly. But let's go take a look now. Look at that. It went through the workflow. This tag was automatically added. So it really depends on what your trigger is. And there's almost infinite ways to be able to trigger an automation and then have things go down here. The nice cool thing is there are workflow AI things now in HighLevel where you can talk to HighLevel and say, hey, I need some help, and it will help you with your workflow. And you get 30 messages for free every day, so highly recommend using that if you're struggling with your automations. Now let's talk about the last way to be able to do this, and this is with adding a whole bunch of contacts in bulk. Let's say I want to add this person, and this person, Mike, Hank, and Walter. You could do anything you want to be able to make sure that you select the right people. You could do a filter here and you could say, you know what? Only people who email is not empty. I want to put through this automation. And now I'm going to select everybody. You could, anything. You do your filters, and whoever's showing up there, do a select all, and then we're going to do the thing, okay? So right now, I'm just going to send these 3 people, and then there's this little robot button, add to automation. We're going to add to automation, and all we're going to do is look for that workflow automation demo all at once. We're going to do workflow automation. This action right here, I'll show you in just a second what this is. This is for you to be able to keep track of what it is. So we're going to hit add to automation. And now it's been scheduled. So now if we come over here to bulk actions, we'll see that name that I just put in there, workflow automation, shows that it's complete. So come back over here and look at that. The tag has been added to Mike, Hank, and Walter. So those are 3 different ways to be able to add someone to a workflow. Hope that's helpful. If you're interested in HighLevel, make sure that you click the link below, sign up for 14 days free trial, jump in, set it up, see what it's like, and make sure that you like and subscribe to be able to find more tutorials on HighLevel moving forward, and we'll see you next time.